Oh yeah, I'm daytime's great.
Okay, the first technique that we're going to do is called front snap kick. The basic of front snap kick, coming from the back, rear leg snap kick, you pick your knee up, point your knee to the target. If you wherever you want to hit, whether it's the knee, groin, solar flex level, or chin. What you do is you point your knee up, curl your toes up, and when you kick with the ball of your foot. And if you put a close up on the ball of the foot, that's what you hit with. And bring it back. Faster motion, pick the knee up, snap, and back. Now, application of front snap kick with a partner. When you have a partner in front, those of you guys that cannot kick high, your targets are knee, groin, solar flex, and chin. And back. Now, faster motion, snap, groin, and chin, and back. Okay. Now, that's the basic of the front snap kick, picking the knee up again. Point, aim your knee, aim with the knee, focus on the target, wherever you want to hit your opponent, focus your knee to where you want to hit, then snap it, kicking with the ball of the foot, and back. And another thing that the key on doing a snap kick is what we call recoiling. After you kick, pull your foot back as fast as you can. What it does, it doesn't give your opponent a chance to grab your leg and back. So, fast motion to snap kick, recoil it, so your knee is pointing to the target and it's ready to do another kick, and back, and down. Okay, so one more time, picking the knee up, point to the target, snap. So this way you're ready to keep the knee up. After you kick, recoil it. Don't give your opponent a chance to grab your leg. Right afterwards, turn your body so you can throw another kick, a different kick, which is the next kick that we're going to get into. Okay, how's that so far?
Ready.
Okay, the first kick that we're going to do is what we call front snap kick. Front snap kick is basically executed pointing the knee to the target, whether you can you want to hit to the shin, to the knee, groin, solar flex area, or face. So you basically aim with the knee. And from here, slow motion, pick the knee up, kick with the ball of the foot, make sure you kick, close up, and kick with the ball of the foot. Right after you kick, pull it back. What we call recoiling. What it does, what you're doing there is recoiling the foot so you don't give your opponent a chance to grab your leg. And keep the knee pointing to the target just in case if you have to kick again, or you have to execute another kick so you can pivot and kick. And back. Okay, application of the snap kick. For those of you guys that are not flexible, you can still learn Tae Kwon Do by learning how to kick in the low kicks by aiming at the knee, groin. Okay, for example, a person coming to you straight, kick to the knee, you can kick to the groin, solar flex, those of you guys are flexible, kick to the chin, and back. Okay, and the key on using all these kicks, basically the pointing of the knee and the recoiling. And the power comes from the hips, just like most of the other styles comes from the hips. So when you execute the kick, make sure you put your hips into the kick. When you snap, put your hips into the kick. What it does also, when you use your hips, it gives you more reach. So instead of kicking this way, keeping your hips in the back, put your body into it. So when you kick and recoil it fast, so by the time the person trying to grab your leg, it's gone and it's ready for our next one. Okay, the next kick is called roundhouse kick. Same concept. First step is picking the knee up. The fastest way to get from point A to point B is straight line. And then the key is the supporting leg. Pivot the leg, keep the knee pointing to the target. Turn your hips over, then extend your leg, kicking with the instep, back and down. One more time. Pick the knee up, turn the hips over. You can either kick with the instep or kick with the ball of the foot. And back and down. Fast motion and back. Again, the key is to recoil the kick as fast as you can so you don't give your opponent a chance to grab your leg. Okay. Now, application of roundhouse kick. Those of you guys that can't kick high, you don't have the flexibility, you can kick at the back of the leg. One. Okay, those of you guys that are flexible, you can kick to the side of the head. Or you want to kick with the front, same thing, to the groin, to the body, and back, or to the face, and back. But the key is to keep that knee pointing to the target. Let the person think you're going to throw a snap kick, then you pivot and turn it into a roundhouse kick. So it goes like this in fast motion. When it goes for your leg, there's your roundhouse, and then come back. Let's try a different angle on this side. Okay, so from here, the opening, as soon as, that's why you point your knee. Let the person think you're going to throw a snap kick. When he goes for you, most guys' reaction is to try to grab your leg. As soon as you go for the grab, turn into a roundhouse. And the key is to pivot the heel all the way around, and the power comes from the hips. So when you pivot, snap the kick at the same time. And then come back. Okay. Okay, the key on roundhouse kick and any kick that's turning sideways is the pivoting leg. When you pick your knee up, when this foot points all the way in the back, that's when you have full power on the kick. So when this foot pivot, that's the time you execute your kick. That's like hitting baseball. When you turn your hips, that's the time you have to hit. Same thing on the kick. When you pivot that hips, kick at the same time and snap back to regain your balance. Okay. Knee. Okay, the next kick is called side kick. Same concept. Picking the knee up straight first, point your knee to the target, let the person reach for that and turn your hips over. When you pivot the foot all the way, kick with the heel at the same time. Chamber the kick. After you snap out, pull it back. So this way, if the person's still coming in, you can still kick again and come back. So the one from here, picking the knee up, the key on regaining your balance after a kick is by recoiling. Instead, this time what we call chambering. After a side kick, chamber to regain your balance, then come back to your stance. Application of the side kick. Okay, for low kicks, aiming at the knee, point the knee. When you pivot the foot all the way, put a close up on this. When you pivot your toes all the way, that's the time you have to snap. So the timing, when you combine that turning of the hips, the turning of the foot, the snapping of the leg, we call that explosion. Chamber and back. Again, same thing on the hip, on the body. And when the person's hands up this way, you have this much target. And that's one of the targets for the side kick. You point your knee there. As he reaches for it, you stab with the heel. And you lean towards the front so you can put your hips into your kick. Chamber back to regain your balance and back. Or you can hit to the face, target again, chin. Okay, when the person coming straight, and back, and down, same thing. Fastest way to get from point A to point B, straight line. Pick that knee up straight, pivot straight, back and down. Fast motion again, go. And back. Okay, and that's a side kick. Okay, the next kick is called hook kick. Same concept. Pick the knee up, pivot the foot all the way, and hook, throw the leg out. And from one shoulder to the other, hook it all the way. When the pivot all the way, recoil back, aim your knee to the target. So if you need to kick again, you can kick again. And back. Again, pick the knee up. When you pivot the toes all the way, hook at the same time. And recoil the balance. And back. Recoil your foot all the way from here. Tight. Keep your balance and back. Application. Okay. One, you can throw the hook kick low, hitting the back of the leg. It's also good when you're grabbing, hitting the back of the leg to take your opponent down. Or when you're flexible, you can kick to the head. And it's basically executed the same way. Straight line. And back. One more time. Same thing, recoil your foot and make sure you keep your knee pointing to the target. And back. And down. That's it.
I want to come down and see you.
Yeah. Okay, the next kick is what we call spinning hook kick. Okay, the key on this is the same thing. Your supporting leg. Instead of pivoting this way, you pivot the other way. Okay, there's two things on this spinning hook kick. If you want to get close to your opponent, you pivot on the ball of the foot. If you want to get away from your opponent, you pivot on the heel. So this time I'll do first time on the ball of the foot to get closer to the opponent, pivot on the ball of the foot, turn the head, and then follow the same basic as a regular hook kick. Recoil, keep the knee pointing to the target, then come back around. Second time, point your heel to the target or pivot on the heel to go away from your opponent. Turn your head, keep your eyes focused on the target. The key is not to move the head. Hook, keep the balance, and come back. Application, come back. And sparring, this is always good when the person is throwing a roundhouse kick. Switch leg. Okay, usually whenever the body is open, that's what he's going to aim for. So when he throws a roundhouse kick to my body, instead of blocking, you turn your body as a block and go right into spinning hook and back. Fast motion. And go. And back. One more time. And back. And down.